of contribution and be a good contribution too for this Browns team to really have a chance against this Baltimore Ravens team.
And Travis Benjamin too. Travis Benjamin too is there. We know he can have a big game.
Yeah, he's capable of it. The Browns just have to find a way to get him open down the field so they can dump the ball to him. But you have to get something out of Bo. You have to get something out of Hartline. You have to get something out of Benjamin, and you have to get a couple big plays out of Gary Barnidge. And if you can do that, then you'll be in good shape. But if Delane catches 3 for 35 and is the leading receiver, you pretty much know how that one's going to end up.
Yeah, and with Dwayne Bowe, Matt, sometimes even though he's been next to useless, we saw in that one game a couple weeks back where he had a couple catches, but he was fighting for yards, and I was actually impressed by his second effort. So we know sometimes with these veterans, the bright lights, the focus, prime time, sometimes they can turn back the clock and actually, as you said earlier, show up and show out. We know Dwayne Bowe's at least got fresh legs, so maybe this is the night that if he's given a chance, he can actually produce. Because at the very least, he's got the size advantage to be a good possession receiver. Maybe not break it down the field, but at least to move the chains. He can still be that guy, at least potentially, right?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, he has everything he needs. It's just a matter of getting the opportunity. And I think fighting for those extra yards was his way of politely telling the coaching staff where to go and how to get there, because he's been healthy for the better part of the season, has just been inactive. And unfortunately for Bo, he is making $9+ million, almost 10 a year for this year. But I think he's caught in the middle of the power struggle between the GM and the coach. The coach doesn't, want him, and the GM's like, you have to play him, and the coach is like, no, I don't, and I'm not gonna. I think that's where Dwayne gets caught up in it, and I wonder how much is it him, and how much is it the power struggle. I'm sure his lack of performance and toughness in preseason because he wanted training camp off had something to do with the coaches benching him.
Yeah.
But by now, my God, man, he could actually help you. You need every bit of help you can get, and you can't be too proud to not accept it. So hopefully tonight's one of those nights where they will accept it.
Well, we'll have to see. On the injury front, okay, so we mentioned Taylor. Let's start with offense. So Taylor Gabriel and Andrew Hawkins out with concussions. Now, Joel Bitonio missed the last game. Cameron Irving got the start at left guard. He has that ankle injury listed as questionable. Do you know yet if he's going to go, and do you think he will?
I don't know for sure if he'll go, but knowing Joel, I would think that he's going to go.
Okay. Joel
is relatively one of the tougher human beings that is in that locker room right now. He's the son of a former bare-knuckle fighter.
Yeah.
So
the early UFC
got
days.
That spirit in him, and I think he's going to be able to fight through this and get on the field. And if he's not, then Cameron Irving is going to have to play exponentially better than he did in his rookie debut start.
Right, and at least with Irving, if he does go, we saw energy. Now, was he off his mark several times? Yes, but at least Matt, I saw energy. I saw passion. And that's a big first step on a Browns team that lacks that at almost every position. So I think if he does go, it might not be a perfect performance, but at least he seems to have the will to improve and keep going. And DiFilippo said as much earlier that, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to work through it. So at least that's a positive from the this year's crop of rookies. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, well, Joe Hayden still out with a concussion. Randy Starks, knee injury, who's out. That might not be the worst thing in the world that he's out. And Nate Orchard, another rookie from this past draft, groin is questionable. And really, Matt, outside of Joe Hayden, you look at the other names. Okay, Randy Starks is out, so what? Nate Orchard, he hasn't done too much. Is this another day where we have to hope that Danny Shelton really starts to get it and try to be a factor? Because it seems like we've been saying that all year.
I'm beyond hope at this point. I'm in a show-me type of mode and mindset. Show me that that this is actually important to you.
Right.
Show me that you want to be out there. Show me that you want to play hard. Show me that the Browns did not waste another draft pick on a talent that is going to be out of the league inside of 5 years.
Jeez.
And unfortunately, the fact that he admits that he never played with technique and low pad level, all throughout college, and he just got by being bigger and bullying other people, but it's been on every grade sheet he's had since high school, shows me that it wasn't that important to him. Over the years, clearly it wasn't that important to him.
No.
If it was, he would have fixed those problems before. And you could say, well, he was still having success. Yeah, but how much better could he have been?
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure.
He could have been a number 1 overall pick. He could have been a Ndamukong Suh impactful player, minus the stupid penalties and the suspensions. So I look at that and say, man, that was a missed opportunity, and you never know how good this kid could be. And we'll see now, whether the light bulb finally goes off for Danny Shelton, or if he's just going to be a happy-go-lucky kid that enjoys his run in the NFL, and it doesn't last nearly as long as it should.
Yeah, now speaking of disappointments and not living up to potential, does Justin Gilbert see the field today?
I don't think so. Not on defense anyway.
Wow.
I think it'll be up to Pierre Desir
and
Johnson Batamosi to take that extra a corner spot with Hayden still being down. And on a side note to that, I don't know that we're going to see Joe Hayden again this year. That second concussion inside of a month, it probably raises a lot of red flags with him and with the NFL concussion protocol. I would be surprised if we see Joe Hayden somewhere in the next the 5 games following Monday Night Football tonight.
What a disastrous season for Hayden and for that secondary that had 3 Pro Bowlers coming into the year. What a mess. Now, Matt, before we get to our sportsinteraction.com picks, I heard this week a horrifying rumor that if owner Jimmy Haslam of the Cleveland Browns feels that his next president of football operations, whatever, kind of that overseer guy that we've been talking about on the show, someone who is actually a football mind, who can control everything and have the coach and GM report directly to him, a la a John Elway type, if he feels that that guy is not available next year but will be in 2017, that
he's going to hold court.
He might just stand pat and go ahead with Ray Farmer and Mike Pettin. Matt, I was sitting down. I almost fell off my chair. Like that would be the worst case, because essentially if they do that, what you're saying, especially if this season continues to go and maybe you just pick up one more win, 1 or 2 more wins, you're telling your entire fan base and your raised ticket prices that 2016's a mulligan, right?
You damn sure are telling everybody that 2016 doesn't matter, and you're focused on the long term, but the problem is you're in the NFL, and the NFL stands for not for long.
Sure does.
Okay, the fans are starting to go away.
Mm-hmm.
This season, and we have discussed this ad nauseum, you and I, going into the season, they hadn't played a single regular season game yet, and fans were flooding sports talk radio in Cleveland about draft talk.
Yep.
Not even kicked off the opener yet, and they were talking about fail for Cardale, or go after this guy, or go after that guy, or go after this guy, or go after that guy. It was total apathy for the entire 2015 season.
Not good.
And truth be told, there were not many, but a couple of reasons to at least be optimistic. The fans didn't buy it. Now the Browns are asking their season ticket or their sales teams to continue to sell crap sandwiches to season ticket holders at a 30% increase over the 2014 prices.
Wow.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh.
I don't know a whole lot of season ticket holders. I know a few. And the few I know, I think all but one gave up their tickets. And they were PSL holders that didn't get their PSL money back. And when Alex Shiner and the new organization came in, they waived PSLs and just said, you can buy season tickets and not have to buy a PSL. So the old season ticket owners were pissed that they had to buy the PSLs, and they, were willing to walk away from that $1,500 or whatever, however much it costs based on your seat assignment, to just say, you know what, screw it, it's not worth it anymore. If I want my season tickets back in a year, I'll be able to get them because there's not a line to get them.
Yeah.
And now you're going to say, 2016 is going to be a season of nothing, and we're not going to do anything, and we're not going to blow everything up because we're waiting on Peyton. I don't see that as being a good business strategy, but I think I just started a new tagline for Twitter: waiting for Peyton.
I like that hashtag. Waiting for Peyton. Okay, Matt, we're gonna get. Let's see if we get that trending. Hashtag waiting for Peyton at AndyMC81 at Matt Florjancic on Twitter. You're listening to the Doghouse, your inside look at the Cleveland Browns. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Matt Florjancic from WKYC Sports in Cleveland. Okay, Matt, well, there is a game tonight, so let's get to our sportsinteraction.com picks.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar.
From sportsinteraction.com, go to sportsinteraction.com /Browns, and they will match up to $200 of your first deposit. You put in $20 in your account, there's 40, 100, 200. You get how it works. You can bet on all things NFL, NHL, NBA, all that good stuff, and lots of prop bets. And it's a great site, sportsinteraction.com /Browns. Sign up now. So, Matt, we take a look at Monday Night Football. And the Browns are a favorite. Yes, the Browns are 3.5-point favorites. And if you take just the money line, so the straight winner, Baltimore pays out $275, Browns $148. Matt, for my prediction, I think this is going to be low scoring and ugly. But man, at $275, I'll put a few bucks on Baltimore.
The scary thing is, in our weekly pick'em contest that we do, I actually have the Browns winning straight up.
Really?
And I know as soon as Johnny got benched, you texted me and said, I'm changing my pick to Baltimore. So, I despite the fact that the Browns are home and they get 3 points for being home, this is basically a pick'em game.
Right.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to take the Browns.
You're going to take the Browns. And you know what? The home advantage in theory is good, Matt, but if this team starts out slow, if this offense starts out as slow as it did when Josh McCown came back from injury against the Oakland Raiders and took him a whole half to get warmed up, this crowd will turn on the team, and they'll turn on them before halftime, for sure. So that home field advantage could go south real quick. Now, the over-under is set at 41. Pays $1.91 either way. At 41 over-under total points. You going over or under?
I'm taking the under on that one.
Yeah,
I think
me too.
this one
Me
could
too.
be a 17-10 finish.
Yeah, that's what I think. So Matt's a rare time where I don't take the Browns. You take the Browns. I'm going to take the Ravens.
That's even more rare is that I took them and you didn't.
I know, exactly. And let's look ahead real quick to the Thursday nighter. Green Bay Packers on the road in Detroit to take the Lions. Detroit pays $250 to win outright. Pack $157 to win that. And again, just a 3-point spread. Like, I know the Packers don't look great, but against the Lions and their inconsistencies, I'm going to say Green Bay to cover.
Yeah, I'll go with Green Bay. Detroit really, really, really looked good on Thanksgiving, but that was a really, really, really bad team they were playing against.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the Pack.
Yeah, I'll take that as well. So that's sportsinteraction.com /Browns, and also make sure to check out draftpot.com and enter promo code Browns. Daily fantasy league, football, basketball, hockey, whatever. And again, they'll match if you use the promo code Browns. They will match up to $300 of your first deposit, and you'll get a free daily contest. The interesting thing with them is you have the option to go into fan mode and not be tied to salary caps when picking your teams. You can pick the entire best unit you want and go head-to-head to try to win some big money there. All right, let's get to our Twitter interaction here, at AndyMC81, at Matt Florjancic in the Barkoff. And our Twitter question was simply, all right, tweet us your Ravens versus Browns Monday Night Football predictions. And we have from @LaneQ.